Good evening, Fernwood. My name's Neil. Thank you for joining me on my trip through the entire DVD box set, which I confirmed is 325 discs, of Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman. It's subversive, it's silly, it's surreal, and it's right in front of me. We are heading into the March 10th, 1976 episode. I'll do a brief recap of yesterday because there were some big elements, but not a lot of elements. After Mary set May up on a date with her ex-husband Mike, that blew up and went badly and exploded in everyone's face. Tom got bumped on the head with a bottle of liquor. That is raising tensions between Tom and Mary. We'll see if that, they just kind of got back together a couple weeks ago, so we'll see how that goes. And then the other major beat of the show is that Loretta and Charlie found out from Mr. Winnow that their court case could net them around $100,000 in 1976 money. They were happy with the $10,000 settlement, but Mr. Winnow wants to push forward and try to get more money. After that, though, what we find is that at a performance at the Capri Lounge, Loretta gets the ability to stand back. So I don't know exactly how it happened. Just one of those magical moments, which, we could have a longer conversation about at some point. There are a few storylines that we haven't seen or we didn't see last episode. George and Martha still have a little bit of conflict about the union situation. With Steve and Kathy, Steve has been in New York for a little bit. Maybe we'll see them come back and, we'll see how their relationship goes after that trip. That is all I've got for you at this point. Let's get the March 10th, 1976 episode going, and we'll see what we have to say after that.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
It's 9 o'clock. Only 14 and a half more hours till Steve is on television.
I don't know what all the excitement is about. It's a talk show. And he can't talk. What's he going to do, write his poems on the blackboard?
Oh, Daddy, stop being so grumpy.
I don't understand you, George. You should be in a wonderful mood.
The last time he was in a good mood was in 1942, when they made a 30-cent error in his favor on the gas bill.
Kathy stopped not speaking to you. And you're about to become the father-in-law of somebody who's going to be on the Johnny Tilson show. I mean, what more could you want out of life?
A wife who wouldn't nag me at breakfast?
That's like wanting a headache that doesn't hurt.
Where you going, Pa?
To watch Shop for Your Life. It's my favorite TV show. Last week, 3 women competing for prizes injured themselves violently.
Daddy, why are you so nervous?
I'm not nervous, Kathy.
Yes, you are, I can tell. It's because of that speech you have to make at the union meeting?
That whole union business is making me nervous. Oh, George, I wish you wouldn't.
Martha, I am going to run for union office. Now, that is it. Now, please, everybody be quiet and let me finish my breakfast.
It's because he's eating his all brand without the bananas. I'm sorry, George. I forgot. I'll slice them now. Well, I'll have to put them on my list of things to be sure to get. Chocolate caramel figurines. Who wrote chocolate caramel figurines?
Oh, I did. They're so chocolatey and caramely. They're delicious. And they left out all the calories.
They leave out the calories? How did they do that?
Science, Martha, popular science.
And Life. Who wrote Life?
Oh, Grandpa wrote that. It's a new high-protein cereal that he wants to try and see if it works.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if it did?
Well, anyway, I have to get to beauty school. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Daddy. Don't be so nervous.
I'm not nervous.
George, why don't you just own up and tell me what it's all about?
Oh, Martha, what are you talking about?
You're keeping something from me. I can feel it. Is it some kind of trouble with the union?
Martha,
is that what it is?
The only trouble I'm having is trying to get through a breakfast without getting nervous indigestion.
For those of you who forgot, George got some photographs taken of him with a
Please reconsider
hot
running
woman.
for union office.
Martha, I have a duty to do, and I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody.
Is somebody trying to intimidate you? Is that why you're being so nervous?
Oh.
Oh. You're the only one around here that doesn't give me aggravation. I love my family. You know that, don't you? But sometimes they can be a pain in the you-know-what. Oh, Paul, is your program over?
No, but they're just giving away small stuff, so the women haven't started fighting yet. Later, they're giving away a Cadillac. It'd be better than the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm late. I've got to do some shopping. I'll be back soon, and I'll buy you some life, Grandpa.
You can buy life now? It's about time. Where's the peanut butter?
It's there in the cabinet.
Which cabinet? I wish you'd keep the peanut butter in one place. When I was in the Navy, it was a place for everything and everything in its place. But I bet that's all changed. Now they got women in the Navy. Who the hell is that? Mrs. George Shumway. Mrs. George Shumway? Oh, sure, that's Martha.
Mary. Look. For the last time, I only took May to work because she was upset, you know?
I understand that. I'm not mad.
Oh. Well, then, why were you so hostile last night at the Capri Lounge? Why?
I wasn't hostile. I'm not hostile now. My mind's just on other things.
Huh? What kind of things?
I'm not ready to talk about it.
Oh. All right. But, could you at least give me an idea of the area?
Area? The area? All the areas. Sex, life, death. All the areas.
Mary, look, you're the one who always says we're not communicating, right? Now look at you. Just look at you for a minute. You call that communicating?
I do. Except for one problem. See, when you communicate, you have someone to communicate to. And you're not meant to, Tom.
I'm not you two.
You're not meant to.
Mary, look, what the hell do you expect me to make of a remark like that, huh?
Why do I know, man? Am I expected to know what I'm really feeling?
I know what it is. It's May, isn't it? I mean, this whole talk is about May, isn't it? Now admit that. I'm right, right?
No. It's not me. It's me.
Hey, it worked. It really worked. It wasn't just a fluke. Loretta's legs are really coming around.
Isn't it great?
Hey, that's really wonderful.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Loretta.
I can't believe it. I stood there for a whole minute. I didn't want for nothing, did it, Charlie?
No, you sure didn't, honey.
I'd do it again, but you know I don't want to overdo it.
No, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Look, I'm really happy for you, Loretta. I really am. I love
John
that.
has to be getting off to work now.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I understand. Anton. Mucho thanks, hon, for your best wishes.
Yeah.
Now, it sure feels funny seeing you go off to work without me going with you.
Yeah, well, listen, Charlie, things are gonna break your way from now on, you bet. I'll see you, huh?
Yeah. You bet.
We better go ahead and ask her.
Honey, I got this idea how we can beat the eviction notice. It's kicking around in the back of my head, but I got this idea.
Oh, really? You didn't tell me about it, honey. What is it?
Well, I'd rather keep it in the back of my head just now, if you don't mind.
Well, just in case, we better go ahead and ask her.
Yeah, why don't you ask me?
It'll work, Loretta. It'll really work. I can feel it.
Just in case, Charlie.
Ask me.
We just got our formal eviction notice. We have to be out in a week. And we was hoping that maybe it wouldn't be too much of an imposition.
Or, you know, not too much trouble.
If we moved in with you till things got straightened out.
There wouldn't be any imposition. Hey, what are friends for?
Really, Mary, thank you so much. That was just the sweetest, most warmest thing I ever heard Goddess say. Really, thanks.
Well, you're just really welcome here. I mean, just consider that our house is your house.
Gee, Mary, I'm all choked up.
Of course, it doesn't mean that I'll be here, but you're always welcome.
Hi.
What?
How's your head?
Well, inside or outside?
Well, let's start with the outside first.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry about the fight I caused between you and Mary yesterday.
Oh, that's okay. Listen, you didn't mean it. I just don't understand Mary's attitude.
Don't you?
Mm-mm.
It isn't difficult. She just doesn't believe it's possible for a man and woman to be, well, friends. And in our case, in all fairness to her, she has a right to feel that way about us. After all, we were lovers. We don't have all that much in our lives that's worth fighting for. And the all that much in Mary's life is you. So when that's threatened, she's going to fight to keep you, even if nobody wants to take you away.
You know, you're really something. I mean, you're a lovely lady. Yeah, you are. You should have a good guy. I mean, you deserve one. A guy on a full-time basis, not just a part-time, one-night stand like myself.
2 nights.
2 nights. Hey, I like you, you know?
That's nice.
I mean, I really do. I really like you a lot. You're something.
Oh, so are you. I like you very much.
You know, when you stop and think about it, I mean, you know, we haven't even known each other very long. It's funny, isn't it, how those things happen?
Not really. I mean, if you can fall in love at first sight, why can't you fall in like at first sight?
I guess that's what happened to us.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. I'm glad you're my friend.
Likewise, pal.
Yeah. I gotta get back on the line now, okay?
Tom.
What?
Just don't let anything get you down.
No, I gotta go home tonight and listen to Mary, you know, telling me about what's going on between you and me. Right?
Don't let that get you down either. Just remember one thing.
What?
She's only doing that because she loves you.
I'll see.
Yeah. See ya. See ya.
Oh, come on, Kathy, not yet.
Oh, I don't want to miss the start of the show.
Well, you still got 5 minutes.
Anyway, Steve won't be on right away. Johnny Tilson always does that monologue first.
He's not funny.
Well, sometimes he is. Last night he told this joke. It was funny. About a mugging in New York.
Funny? Walking down the streets being robbed and mugged? That's not funny.
George, the best thing to do about your troubles is laugh at them.
Oh, well, if I did that, I'd spend the whole day sounding like a hyena.
Would you two stop arguing? This is the most exciting, fabulous day of my life, and neither of you, none of you, are going to ruin it for me. So, just please don't talk to each other till after the show.
Oh, honey, are you excited? Yes, you are. Your little leaves are trembling.
Martha, please don't talk the plan. It makes me nervous.
Well, Kathy won't let me talk to you. You won't let me talk to my plan. Kathy's too excited to talk to me, so who can I talk to?
You could talk to me if anything ever happened to me to talk about.
Is it time yet?
No, not yet, Kathy.
Oh, look who's here.
Hi.
Are they?
No, it's going to start in a minute.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
sit down.
Okay. Hi, Dad.
Graham, sit down.
Mary, would you tell the whole family
John,
about
don't
it?
start, please.
I'm not starting. It's just a...
John, please, we can talk about this.
Come on, it's going to start. Is it on?
Go ahead, turn it on.
Maybe Steve will be the first guest.
Hey, thanks. Thank you. Thanks very much. Geez, what a great looking audience here tonight. You should have seen the crowd that was in here last night. Boy, they scared me to death. I thought I'd walked into a Mean Joe Green lookalike contest. But, hey, I want to congratulate everybody here tonight for getting here without being mugged. No. Really, this problem is getting serious. This morning, my 2-year-old son tried to mug me for a box of Pampers. But, hey, we got a great show for you tonight, and my first guest is someone I know you're really going to enjoy. She has been called one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, Miss Kate Walters. Kate, this is a treat for us. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
What brings you here?
Well, I'm here primarily for the opening of my new picture. It's a remake of Johnny Belinda.
I saw the original, as a matter of fact. It's about a deaf mute, isn't it?
Yes, and I really enjoyed making it. Now, it was a particularly difficult part because I had to learn sign language.
Sign language.
Mm-hmm.
Do you in fact speak sign language?
Oh, yes, and most unexpectedly, it led to the most marvelous experience.
And what was that, Kate?
I got to meet Steve Fletcher, that absolutely marvelous young poet.
He's on the show tonight.
I know. We've been looking forward to it.
We?
Steve and I. We've been inseparable. He's absolutely the most charming man I've ever met.
I think I detect a note of romance there.
Maybe you'd better ask him. I really wish you'd bring him out now. I just know the audience is going to fall in love with him.
Let's do just that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome a young man who has not let the handicap of being a deaf mute stand in his way. He is the author of a new book of poems, which has, get this, been hailed already by the insiders in the publishing industry as being an absolute work of genius. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Steve Fletcher.
He says he's very happy to be here and he wants me to thank you for inviting him.
That's great. Geez, I'm glad to have him here tonight, and I've heard such marvelous things about his poetry. You know, I don't read much poetry, but I'm certainly looking forward to when his new book comes out. Can you tell him that for me? That is, if you can stop holding hands long enough to talk.
Yes, I can. So thank you.
Oh, Kathy, baby! It's okay, I'll take care of it.
I knew it. I knew that guy was no good. Embarrassing my Kathy like that on national television. I'd like to break his neck.
I want to have a peanut butter sandwich. Anybody want one?
Oh, I'm near his nose. I'll
George, all right, come on, calm down. Will you relax?
Calm down. I'll calm down when I break his thumbs and his fingers, and then I want to see him talk himself out of that.
Somebody brought this for you this morning.
For me? What is it?
Oh, I don't know. Some guy left it.
Oh. What did I see? Oh, Lord!
Martha!
Come on, what's the matter?
Martha, you okay? Martha?
She's gonna be all right, George, but you're in a lot of trouble. Look at this.
What?
Listen, unless your husband withdraws from the union election, these pictures will be plastered all over the Fernwood Courier.
Well, good thing I covered those plots before we started the episode. Youch! That's so much going on. We finally see some movement on the George and Martha storyline there with the photos. I don't understand why he didn't just tell her that the photos existed. I know it's awful news, but, well, he was kind of tricked into the situation where the photos were taken. Things might have gone differently had Kathy gone to New York with Steve, but also, come on, Steve, like, really? You could... It's just not cool. It's like, I mean, we didn't see what happened, but also, like, hey, you've got someone who's waiting for you, and you're proposed to them, and this isn't cool. We've got some friendship blossoming between May and Tom, and I don't know if it's going to be more than that. And again, a further look at Mary as she completely... I don't know if it's that Mary is dissolving, but Mary is questioning everything. Like, what is anything worth? And I think some of the reason that Tom doesn't respond when May says that Mary is fighting for Tom is that Tom might see that the things that Mary is questioning aren't about their relationship. I can only guess, but I believe that the stuff that Mary is questioning, well, I think she might need more help than she's getting. And I'm not sure how therapy was seen in the 1970s in terms of, especially on media. You know, I think it was still I think people would go, but you know, nowadays in the 2020s, it's like a badge. You know, you should kind of make sure that you're in therapy. Not everyone goes, but there are a lot of people who are very proud of the work that they are doing. And in the 1970s, it was not seen that way. Or, you know, certainly remnants of the 1960s, it was definitely less socially acceptable to be going to therapy. And I think that that shift came as the decades moved on. So that's our midweek episode of Mary Hartman, March 10th, 1976. Thank you again for coming along, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.